Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I can't tell you how excited I am to be on right now. It's been a couple of weeks of excitement getting prepared, and I've done a lot of things in my life, but this has got to be close to the top.
Thank you, and ReadersMagnet, and thank you, John, for putting this forth and taking the chance on our authors in presenting this out to the world.
I've enjoyed this immensely, Joanne.
Ellie, so have I. Thank you for who you are, and thank you, ReadersMagnet. You all are beautiful, and you've worked so very hard, and we are blessed.
We are.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process, because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers. We thank ReadersMagnet and everybody that's involved. I love ReadersMagnet. They say, we share your stories with the world.
Hello, fairgoers, and hello, world. Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers Season 2. Today is the final day of this particular festival, and of course, this is basically an event wherein authors were given an opportunity to showcase their book, to share their story, their experiences, their journey in writing their book. And so far what I can say, it's really amazing that a lot of authors are actually able to do it. Despite of the challenges that they had for the past few days of doing live sessions. So far they're all doing great, and they were pretty much very happy with it. So right now we're streaming live to our Readers Magnet Facebook page and also to our Readers Magnet YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button so that you will be notified with the latest happenings here with Readers Magnet. And you might want to check as well the Festival of Storytellers website, which is www.thefestivalofstorytellers.com, so that you will be able to see every author doing some little presentations about their book. All right. So today we have one of the featured author. His name is Scott Rahn. He's the author of the book of It, or IT. All right. Hi, Scott. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. You?
I'm good. I'm actually very excited to do this interview with you today, because this is the second time that you joined the Festival of Storytellers, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you might see, or you guys might able to or saw that earlier, with that first sort of like an ad videos that we had, or a preview. Um, Scott, I'm just curious about probably who you are. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I grew up child of a farmer, and during the 1960s into the mid 1970s, learned a lot about, what it takes to produce things and the cycles of life. Moved around, moved to the city, moved around. I've worked as a restaurant chef. I've worked in the plastics industry. Presently, I work as a commercial baker. The book of It, that's my whole life. I've been like insatiably curious about everything. And, well, period, I grew up in, people question things. I questioned, well, everything, including religion, and started reading and studying. And then I came across things. The Book of It, the it in the Book of It is not a conclusion. It's not a final statement like I'm done. It's the nickname of what me and some friends kind of discovered that runs through the tapestry of time. Mark Twain had said, history doesn't repeat itself, but it definitely rhymes. And that's kind of the thing it describes and goes through, is the concept that things happen across history and happen again. And it's basically probably never finished. It's a giant riddle.
Mm. I can agree. And when did you realize that that you are an author, that you can write a book? I mean, for me, it's a bit challenging to write a book. I tried myself to, but it's kind of tough to end it. I think that's one of my challenge right now. But yeah, I just want to know when did you discover that you are actually a good writer or an author?
I kind of came across it accidentally.
Okay.
I started writing down after an injury things that I knew and had learned. It was a head injury, and I wanted to make sure I didn't like lose track of things. And then that kind of formed into a text, and from the text evolved the book. When I started writing the book, it just kind of flowed out. It's not. I mean, I've always been a good storyteller, but that's the idea that I wrote a book just kind of happened.
Mm. And so this is it all started sort of like a diary, something like that.
Not so much as diary as mental notes on different subjects or
Okay.
points of view and opinions. It's kind of how it started out. Just I was having a couple memory problems, so although they're over with, I had thought maybe I would lose some of the stuff that I'd learned in my life from my studies, so I started writing those things down.
Mm. I see. And how did you like the process of getting this book published? How long did it take you?
Oh, that, well, I wrote it, and the manuscript sat for about 20 years, and
Wow.
a friend of mine was interested in it, and he read it, and he's the one that encouraged me to actually go out and publish it, try and publish it. And then, well, I went through Page Publishing, and they published it. The actual process there, longer than probably could have been because I was very busy. But during edits, I mean, I edited it like 8 times, and things like that to get everything right. The manuscript itself then became a book, I think 3 years ago, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so when it comes to this book, Scott, did you have like for example, any kind of writing process, or what I mean is that when it comes to the right after you publish it, did you have any plans for the book?
No, it's more getting what I wrote out there. That was
Hmm.
about the single plan. I wanted to find people that were curious enough to maybe pick it up and continue onwards.
Yep.
And I put that in the forward of the book. It's like I drew too many conclusions to look at it unjaded. And so I thought, maybe I can find a reader that can pick it up and go from there.
Hmm. Yep, and to those who are watching us live right now, they can actually pick up this book or check this book in Amazon, right, Scott?
That's right. It's available in Amazon, Barnes and Noble, basically every electronic format.
Mm-hmm.
and every bookstore through Ingram Distributing.
Mm-hmm. What about website? Do you have like a website maybe that they can check
I
out,
have, yeah,
or
an
social
office
media?
website, sure. Yeah, I have a website,
Mm-hmm.
authorscottrahn.com.
So author, your first name and last name.com.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Pretty simple, guys. So that's how you check him out. What about Facebook? You have like social media stuff?
Not really, because, well, I work 6 days a week, and it
Oh,
makes
I
it
see.
kind of hard to, like, my email address is in my website, and I'll
Mm,
answer emails, but I can't guarantee I'll get to them like immediately.
right. I see. So, anyway, what I wanted to ask you here as well, what is the impact of writing the book of it to you and maybe to your friends or to those people that are close to you?
The idea that I've actually become an author, I mean, other than that, not a lot. They're all stories they've heard before, and thing, because I'm a very conversational person,
Mm-hmm.
and when it comes up, I talk about things, and sometimes they turn more into lectures than just conversations. But it's the idea. I put it in a book. I really don't get a lot of people are surprised to find out I wrote a book. That's about as far as it goes.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's good. I mean, it's a good thing that it's actually a good thing that they're kind of surprised. So you better kind of remind them that you are absolutely a good writer, an author, you know. But probably my next question here for you is that what do you think makes your book different from the others? I mean, there's like millions of books out there in probably in the same category as your book right now, but what do you think your book is unique to those other books out there?
Well, instead of being a text, I wrote it as basically a series of short stories. Each one goes through a certain area.
Hmm.
There's also full of metaphors, etc., because they are stories, and it's kind of part of the puzzle is for people to pick up and learn what's being said or talked about. And each one of the different
Hmm.
chapters is basically a different narrator. They're all first person.
Right. I see. And what do you think that the readers can get out of this? Like after reading the book, do they learn something out of this book, or is there something that kind of make them, feel or understand about life, something like that?
I think there's, well, things they'll come to understand. In fact, I got an email from a lady who said that she would recommend my book to her grown children to answer questions they had. Um, but basically, yeah, I want people to open their minds, go out and find things out, make people curious, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah. So yeah, I can absolutely agree. You know, most of the books that talks about life, talks about I mean life experiences, there's really something that you can get out of it. Like it could be just the same story as what others have right now or, have done in their past life, but I mean it's just, the same, almost the same like you said, uh it's just like a balls, like right now you might be in the bottom, but you know the next day you're on top. So life goes like that, and I think there's also at some point that you will experience something that I don't experience at all, and you're the only one that can solve it. So that's what makes, sometimes a book like this pretty, most of the time rather, very interesting. But anyway, to those who are watching us live right now, kindly check Scott's book. It's available in Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and also he got his own website, author Scott Rahn. You can actually see his name in there. It's in the screen right now. All right. I mean, if you don't know how to spell it, just in case. And author ScottRahn.com, and that's where you can contact him or check his book as well. So anyway, Scott, any message for your readers, for those who are actually following you right now?
Well, I don't really give a lot of thought to that. Yeah, I'd like you to pick it up, read it, find out that it will affect how you think about things.
Mm.
There's a lot of stuff that's said in there, things to learn, things you'll think of later that'll occur to you because you read it, because it's there to affect your mind and the way you think of things. It talks of disciplines, religion, history, potential futures, some of which are kind of dark, but that's why I said it's not a children's book, but, things like that.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Scott, for being with us here today. It was really a good conversation. And again, to those who are watching us live right now, please do not forget to grab a copy. Check his book. It's Amazon, Barnes and Noble. If you have a Kindle, it's available in that format as well. Any upcoming books, Scott, or any plans of translating this book into or uh, ch- like making it like into an audiobook, something like that?
Quick answer is no, but I mean, the audiobook thing, I've been approached, but I'm not sure. It's kind of, I like paper copy books personally because, well, you can make margin notes and scribble around inside of them. Well, like some of the books behind me, like I said a week ago, inside the cover plate and everything is full of notes. Audiobook it's not that I discount it. And as far as another book, I'm not sure yet. I mean, there is still the original text I wrote and things like that. As an author, I'm kind of testing the waters, see what happens, what kind of reaction I get, or what sort of I don't know of another word other than sales. I know it's not a bestseller. I know it's not, it's for a limited audience, more, like I said, curious-minded, academic-minded, studious-minded people than a lot of people. But, I'm curious about how it'll be received before I move on into another book in the same area.
Well, I don't think people will not gonna like this book. I mean, looking at the cover of it, I'm actually it's making me like grab it right now, you know. But anyway, thank you so much, Scott, and I really appreciate your time today.
I appreciate being given a chance to talk.
Yep, and mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
I
all right.
appreciate your company. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And as we say it here in Reader's Magnet, we share your story with the world. Goodbye.
And